Good evening and welcome to St. Jude's. Whoever you are and wherever you are on your journey of faith, you're welcome here. This is a special service called Tenebrae, which is a service of shadows and light. Now, because Easter is so late this year, we have a lot more light than usual, but that's okay. It'll slowly get dusk, at least as the evening progresses. Throughout this service, you'll hear various readings. The candles will slowly be extinguished. And then we will end the service with one candle remaining, leading us out into the dark and the night. One special feature of this service is that this service, while it is quiet and reflective and full of space, it ends with a bang. At the very end of the service, there's a loud noise to symbolize the earthquake that happens in Matthew 28 when Jesus dies. You will probably forget that I'm telling you this by the time this happens, and some of you will be quite startled. But that's okay. It's all part of the plan. But I invite you to take a moment. We'll begin with Paul leading us through Psalm 128 responsively. You may be seated for the entirety of this service. This is not a stand-up, sit-down kind of service. Just sit down, relax, take in the words, both from Scripture and from writers throughout the centuries. Embrace this evening as we contemplate Good Friday and all the rich and layered meaning that this day holds. Throughout this evening, you'll notice that there are black stones on the cross in the center. This afternoon at noon, we placed red roses on the cross as an act of veneration. Those red rose petals are now surrounding the cross, and instead on the cross are now black stones. And throughout this evening, whenever you feel so moved, I invite you just to stand up, come out and take one of those stones, take that home with you tonight. Let that be a physical representation of the shadows in our lives, those moments in our lives where we need the light of Christ, those moments where we feel disconnected, where we feel maybe an obstacle, something separating us from the love of God. We all have those shadows in our lives, and these stones, these representations of the crosses we bear, are here tonight for you to take home with you as a reminder of both those moments, but also the power and love of God to overcome those very same moments. So let's have a moment of silence, and then Paul will come and lead us in Psalm 128.
We start this evening's service by reading a psalm responsively. Give thanks to God who is good. God's mercy endures forever.
Let Israel now proclaim God's mercy endures forever.
Let the house of Aaron now proclaim God's mercy endures forever.
Let those who fear God now proclaim God's mercy endures forever.
I called out in my distress. God answered by setting me free.
The mighty one is at my side. Therefore I will not fear. What can anyone do to me?
God is at my side to help me. I will triumph over those who hate me.
It is better to rely on God than to put any trust in flesh.
It is better to rely on God than to put any trust in rulers.
All the ungodly encompass me. In the name of God, I will repel them.
They hem me in on every side. In the name of God, I will repel them.
They swarm about me like bees. They blaze like fire of thorns. In
I was pressed so hard that I almost fell, but God came to my help.
God is my strength and my song, and the God of my salvation.
There is a sound of exultation and victory in the tents of the righteous.
The right hand of the Most High has triumphed. The right hand of the Most High is exalted. The right hand of the Most High has triumphed.
I shall not die, but live and declare the works of God.
God has punished me sorely, but did not hand me over to death.
Open for me the gates of righteousness. I will enter them. I will offer thanks to God.
This is the gate of the Holy One. Those who are righteous may enter.
I will give thanks to you, for you answered me and have given me my salvation.
The same stone which the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone.
This is God's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes.
On this day the Holy One has acted. We will rejoice and be glad in it.
Hosanna, O God, Hosanna. O Holy One, send us now success.
Blessed is the one who comes in the name of God. We bless you from the house of God.
God is the Holy One who has shined upon us. Form a procession with branches up to the horns of the altar.
You are my God, and I will thank you. You are my God, and I will exalt you.
Give thanks to God who is good. God's mercy endures forever.
A reading from the book of Job. All of us are born of women, have few days, and are full of turmoil. Like a flower, we bloom, then wither, flee like a shadow, and don't last. Yes, you open your eyes on this one. You bring me into trial against you. Who can make pure from impure? Nobody. If our days are fixed, the number of our months with you, you set a statute and we can't exceed it. Look away from us that we may rest until we are satisfied like a worker at day's end. If people die, will they live again? All the days of my service I would wait until my restoration took place.
Glory be to you, O God of the light, for the whiteness of the moon and the infinite stretches of dark space. Let me be learning to love the night, as I know and love the day. Let me be learning to trust its darkness and to seek its subtle blessings. Let me be learning the night's way of seeing, that in all things I will trace the mystery of your presence.
In our deepest night, you Reading from the book of Lamentations. Lamentations 1, 6-11. Daughter Zion lost all her glory. Her officials are like deer that can't find pasture. They've gone away frail before the hunter. While suffering and homeless, Jerusalem remembers all her treasures from day long past. When a people fell by the enemy's hand, there was no one to help her. Enemies saw her, laughed at her defeat. Jerusalem has sinned greatly. Therefore, she's become a joke. All who honored her now detest her, for they've seen her naked. Even she groans and turns away. Her uncleanness shows on her clothing. She didn't consider what would happen to her. She's gone down shockingly. She has no comforter. Lord, look at my suffering. The enemy has definitely triumphed. The enemy grabbed all her treasures. She watched nations enter her sanctuary, nations that you, God, commanded. They must not enter your assembly. All her people are groaning, seeking bread. They give up their most precious things for food to survive. Lord, look and take notice. I am most certainly despised.
The peace of wild things. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound, in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things, who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free.
Within our deepest love, you kindle the fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away, never dies away.
Letter of Consolation, Henry Nguyen. Next Monday, it will be half a year since Mother died. It will be Holy Week, and both of us will be preparing ourselves to celebrate Easter. How will this Easter be for you? You will be in the parish church of our little Dutch town, listening to the story of Christ's resurrection. I will read the same story to monks and guests at a Trappist monk in upstate New York. Both of us will look at the Easter candle, symbol of the risen Christ, and think not only of him, but also of her. Our minds and hearts will be flooded with ideas and feelings that are too deep, too complex, and too intimate to express. But I am sure that we both shall think about last Easter, when she was still with us. We both shall remember how she loved this great feast, and how she decorated the house with flowers, and the dinner table with purple and yellow ribbons. Somehow it seems long, long ago. Isn't that your experience also? The last 6 months could have well have been 6 years. Real grief is not healed by time. It is false to think that the passing of time will slowly make us forget her and take away our pain. I really want to console you in this letter, but not by suggesting that time will take away your pain and that in 1, 2, 3, or more years you will not miss her so much anymore. I would not only be telling a lie, I would be diminishing the importance of Mother's life, underestimating the depth of your grief, and mistakenly relativizing the power of the love that has bound Mother and you together for 47 years. If time does anything, it deepens our grief. The longer we live, the more fully we become aware of who she was for us, and the more intimately we experience what her love meant for us. Real, deep love is, as you know, very unobtrusive, seemingly easy and obvious, and so present that we take it for granted. Therefore, it is often only in retrospect, or better, in memory, that we fully realize its power and depth. Yes, indeed, love often makes itself visible in pain. The pain we are now experiencing shows us how deep, full, intimate, and how all-pervasive her love was. Is this a consolation? does it bring comfort? It appears that I'm doing the opposite of bringing consolation. Maybe so. Maybe these words will only increase your tears and deepen your grief. But for me, your son, who grieves with you, there is no other way. I want to comfort and console you, but not in a way that covers up real pain and avoids all wounds. I am writing you this letter in the form of the conviction that reality can be faced and entered with an open mind and an open heart and in the sincere belief that consolation and comfort are both to be found where our wounds hurt most.
A Blessing After a Loss by Kate Bowler. God, we are heartbroken in the face of so much grief. What could we possibly call blessed? Could we try? Blessed are we who allow ourselves to feel it, the impossibility of what was possible a second ago, the light decision, the casual stroll, the easy exchange and ordinary duty, a decent choice or a nothing one, the sweep of hours on a day that was like any other until it wasn't. This is the place where nothing makes sense. This is the place where tears show up without permission. Blessed are we who allow our hearts to break, for it will be some time for brittle unreality to release us back into the land of the living. We have seen and lost what we never should have. Blessed are we, even in the moments when we are convinced, absolutely sure, that there is nothing untouched by the ashes of loss. God, you are an architect, and everything I have is in ruins. Promise me that someday something will stand after so much fell.
A reading from Isaiah. Like a swallow I chirp, I moan like a dove. My eyes have grown weary looking to heaven. Lord, I'm overwhelmed. Support me. What can I say? God has spoken to me. He himself has acted. I will wander my whole life with a bitter spirit. The Lord Most High is the one who gives life to every heart, who gives life to the spirit. Look, he indeed exchanged my bitterness for wholeness. You yourself have spared my being from the pit of destruction, because you have cast all my sins behind your back. The underworld can't thank you, nor can death praise you. Those who go down to the pit can't hope for your faithfulness. The living can thank you, as I do today. Parents will tell children about your faithfulness. The Lord has truly saved me, and we will make music at the Lord's house all the days of our lives.
Kindness. Before you know what kindness really is, you must lose things. Feel the future dissolve in a moment like salt in a weakened broth. What you held in your hand, what you counted and carefully saved. All this must go, so you know how desolate the landscape can be between the regions of kindness. How you ride and ride, thinking the bus will never stop. The passengers eating maize and chicken will stare out the window forever. Before you learn the tender gravity of kindness, you must travel where the Indian in a white poncho lies dead by the side of the road. And you must see how this could be you, how he too was someone who journeyed through the night with plans and a simple breath that kept him alive. Before you know kindness as the deepest thing inside, you must know sorrow as the other deepest thing. You must wake up with sorrow, and you must speak to it till your voice catches the thread of all sorrows, and you see the size of the cloth. Then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore. Only kindness that ties your shoes and sends you out into the day to gaze at bread. Only kindness that raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, "It is I you have been looking for," and then goes with you everywhere like a shadow or a friend.
A reading from Isaiah. See, my servant will act wisely. He will be raised and lifted up and highly exalted. Just as there were many who were appalled at him, his appearance was so disfigured beyond that of any human being, and his form marred beyond human likeness. So he will sprinkle many nations, and kings will shut their mouths because of him. For what they were not told, they will see, and what they have not heard, they will understand. Who has believed our message? And to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? He grew up before him like a tender shoot and like a root out of dry ground. He had no beauty or majesty to attract us to him, nothing in his appearance that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by mankind, a man of suffering and familiar with pain. Like one from whom people hide their faces, he was despised, and we held him in low esteem. Surely he took up our pain and bore our suffering. Yet we considered him punished by God, stricken by him and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. We all, like sheep, have gone astray. Each of us has turned to our own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and afflicted, yet he did not open his mouth. He was led like a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before its shearers is silent, so he did not open his mouth. By oppression and judgment he was taken away. Yet who of his generation protested? For he was cut off from the land of the living. For the transgression of my people he was punished. He was assigned a grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, though he had done no violence, nor was any deceit in his mouth. Yet it was the Lord's will to crush him and cause him to suffer. And though the Lord makes his life an offering for sin, he will see his offspring and prolong his days, and the will of the Lord will prosper in his hand. After he has suffered, he will see the light of life and be satisfied. By his knowledge, my righteous servant will justify many, and he will bear their iniquities. Therefore, I will give him a portion among the great, and he will divide the spoils with the strong, because he poured his life out unto death and was numbered with the transgressors. For he bore the sin of many and made intercession for the transgressors.
This Side of the Truth by Dylan Thomas, Part 1. This side of the truth you may not see, my son, king of your blue eyes in the blinding country of your youth, that all is undone, under the unminding skies of innocence and guilt. Before you move to make one gesture of the heart or head is gathered and spilt into the winding dark like the dust of the dead. Good and bad, two ways of moving about your death. By the grinding sea, king of your heart in the blind days. Blow away like breath, go crying through you and me and the souls of all men into the innocent dark and the guilty dark and the good death, and the bad death, and in the last element, fly like the star's blood, like the sun's tears, like the moon's seed, rubbish and fire, the flying rant of the sky, king of your 6 years, and the wicked wish down the beginning of plants and animals and birds, water and light, the earth and sky is cast before you move, and all your deeds and words, each truth, each lie, die in unjudging love.
Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away. Never dies away. Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away. Never dies away. Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away, never dies away.
A reading from Luke's Gospel. Blessed are you, the Most High God of Israel, for you have visited and redeemed your people. You have raised up a mighty Savior for us of the house of David, as you promised through the mouths of your holy ones, the prophets of ancient times, salvation from our enemies and from the hands of all our foes. You have shown mercy to our ancestors by remembering the holy covenant you made with them, the oath you swore to Sarah and Abraham, granting that we, delivered from the hands of our enemies, might serve you without fear, in holiness and justice, in your presence all our days. And you, my child, will be called the prophet of the Most High, for you'll go before our God to prepare the way for the promised one, giving the people the knowledge of salvation through forgiveness of their sins. Such is the tender mercy of our God, who from on high will bring the rising sun to visit us, to give light to those who live in darkness and the shadow of death, and to guide our feet into the way of peace.
A poem left beside the body of a dead child at the Ravensbrück death camp. O Lord, remember not only the men and women of goodwill, but also those of ill will. But do not remember all the suffering they have inflicted on us. Remember the fruits we have brought. Thanks to the suffering, our comradeship, our loyalty, our humility, our courage, our generosity, and the greatness of heart which has grown out of all of this. And when they come to judgment, let all the fruits which we have borne be their forgiveness.
Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our deepest night, you kindle a fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away, never dies away. Within our deepest night, you kindle the fire that never dies away, never dies away.
Selection from Death of a Moth. One night a moth flew into the candle, was caught, burned dry, and held. I must have been staring at the candle, or maybe I looked up when a shadow crossed my page. At any rate, I saw it all. A golden female moth, a biggish one with 2-inch wingspan, flapped into the fire, dropped her abdomen into the wet wax, stuck, flamed, frazzled, and fried in a second. Her moving wings ignited like tissue paper, enlarging the circle of light in the clearing, and creating out of the darkness the sudden blue sleeves of my sweater, the green leaves of jewel weed by my side, the ragged red trunk of a pine. At once the light contracted again, and the moth's wings vanished in a fine, foul smoke. At the same time, her 6 legs clawed, curled, blackened, and ceased, disappearing utterly, and her head jerked in spasms, making a spattering noise. Her antennae crisped and burned away, and her heaving mouthparts crackled like pistol fire. When it was all over, her head was, so far as I could determine, gone, gone the long way of her wings and legs. Had she been new or old? Had she mated and laid her eggs? Had she done her work? All that was left was the glowing horn shell of her abdomen and thorax, a fraying, partially collapsed gold tube jammed upright in the candle's round pool. And then this moth essence, this spectacular skeleton, began to act as a wick. She kept burning. The wax rose in the moth's body from her soaking abdomen to her thorax, to the jacket hole where her head should be, and widened into flame, a saffron yellow flame that roped her to the ground like any immolating monk. That candle had 2 wicks, 2 flames of identical height, side by side. The moth's head was fire. She burned for 2 hours until I blew her out. She burned for 2 hours without changing, without bending or leaning, only glowing within, like a building fire glimpsed through silhouetted walls, like hollow saints, like a flame-faced virgin gone to God. While I read by her light, kindled, while night pooled wetly at my feet.
Stop All the Clocks by W.H. Auden. Silence the pianos, and with muffled drum, bring out the coffin. Let the mourners come. Let airplanes circle moaning overhead, scribbling on the sky the message, he is dead. Put crepe bows around the white necks of the public doves. Let the traffic policemen wear black cotton gloves. He was my north, my south, my east and west, my working week and my Sunday rest, my moon, my noon, my midnight, my talk, my song. I thought that love would last forever. I was wrong. The stars are not wanted now. Put out everyone. Pack up the moon and dismantle the sun. Pour away the ocean and sweep up the wood, for nothing now can ever come to any good.
your living voice. Christ, be our light. Shine in our hearts. Shine through the darkness. Christ, be our light. Shine in your church. Gathered today. Longing for food, many are hungry. Longing for water, many still thirst. Because your bread, broken for others, shed until all are fed. Christ, be our light. Shine in our hearts. Shine through the darkness. Christ, be our light. Shine in your church. Gathered today. Longing for shelter, many are homeless. Longing for warmth, many are cold. Make us your building, sheltering others, wealthy of living stone. Christ, be our light. Shine in our hearts. Shine through the darkness. Christ, be our light. Shine in your church. Gathered today. Many the gifts, many the people, many the hearts that yearn to belong. Let us be servants to one another, making your kingdom come. Christ, be our light. In our hearts, shine through the darkness. Christ, be our light. Shine in your church. Gathered today.
A blessing for beautiful, terrible days. Blessed are we, the anxious, with eyes wide open to the lovely and the awful. Blessed are we, the aware, knowing that the only sane thing to do in such a world is to admit the fear that sits in our peripheral vision. Blessed are we, the hopeful, eyes searching for the horizon, ready to meet the next miracle, the next surprise. Yes, blessed are we, the grateful, awake to this beautiful, terrible day.